February 24th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Time for the trial header! Hey guys, Beamers are going to say, welcome everyone back to another episode of Phoenix Friday's Attorney! In the last episode, we got the case files for SL9, and we learned a shocking truth. The whole case, the whole murder case that happened in the detective, the whole thing inside of the evidence room in the police department was fake, and that the true crime happened in the prosecutor's office underground parking lot. However, that pins the blame right back on the Lana Skye, which is not a good thing, because we walked right into a trap and we didn't even freaking realize it. But at the very end of the last episode, we got some damn new evidence, the SL9 case file, which is going to connect this case to that case, because all the star players from that case are in this case right now. And with that being said, I hope you guys all do enjoy this video, and if you guys do enjoy, please make sure you hit that like button. That subscribe button. It really helps me out. It lets me know that you guys enjoy what I do. Yeah. You can always change your mind later. You can go back, you can unsubscribe, you can unfollow, you can unlike the video. I'm not in control of you. You do whatever. With that being said, let's get right into it. The Lord is not will not reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Damn it, didn't come back. Oh shit, she still ran off. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. He's drinking on the job. You know what? I probably should also grab myself something to drink. I need myself like a bottle of water or something. My mouth is dry. Ah. We use little itty bitty bottles of water. Like great shit, man. Anyways, witness, please state your name and occupation. Man, he's chugging that thing. Hey, partner. Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, on the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. He's a cowboy. As for the name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I've heard Edgeworth described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. This is correct. According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Now, my friend, Crazy, if you're watching this video, this is important. Des. Right there. Des. And then Parado. It's a character I created with my friend, cowboy character, for a crab game. His name is Desperado, like the word, but it's spaced, and it's a name. Because I'm insane, I don't know. Anyways, that's all. Right? Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Well, not too quickly. I still have to finish my water. I just a little water in my shirt. Oh well. Please share with us your testimony on the day of the crime. In plain old English, please, and not some freaking old Western accent, please. No cowboy English. English. Witness testimony, day of the crime. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day. That ain't my style. Besides, rules protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. You were at the bar? Really? Holy bang. I'm just an innocent traveling man. So we're out of ammo. It's time to hit the trail. Ah, that's a particularly care for your attitude. Can't say I care for my good here, but you don't see me complaining. Wait a minute. What do you mean by two security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about these. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprints activated locks? What kind of new fangled twigs are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines. Or with following words. He's going to be opposite of Officer Meekins in a way. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, it's all yours. No! Cross-examination, day of the crime. Let's go. Press everything! How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved on the security camera monitor. Everyone's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker for who interred. I was just a caretaker who interred the record. What the heck does interred mean? You interred them? Radios are nothing on that useful. Nothing aren't that ain't no. Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I erase a tape, it feels like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy's a flair for the dramatic. It isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't basically enter the evidence room 3 rounds a day. But you made your rounds on the day of crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I say, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force. So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about it? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. I'm sorry, you haven't been in there in weeks? Does this guy avoid being fired? I don't know. He probably drinks the whole day. Besides, rooms protected by security systems. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence from the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my lock was a gold mine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. Couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite, incredible. A sensors on the door handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that you mention it, Detective Goodman said something like that too. Yeah. At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. You tell us what you were doing when the crime took place. What were you doing in a place like that? Yeah, why were you drinking? I was getting spaghetti. Not even Asian steak lunches could beat that Carlos Vongo Sepia pasta. I totally butchered that. I'm sorry. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned police duties to eat some noodles? Not at all. Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "You do not want to raise this year?" Interesting. I wonder why you didn't say out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. You plan to pin me to this crime. You better draw. Otherwise, I'll just waste my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for running the evidence room, a witness doesn't inherit to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card on my sleeve, so I best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I better get the ante. I agree. I completely agree. Do, 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 do. All right, buddy, we're doing it now. We present your fingerprints. You were in that damn evidence room, okay, partner? Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? He's like, partner, I don't like where this is going. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large tramp pad at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Was a real good partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that print. I pay my respects. That is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. Not necessarily. These were different. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. What about that? Witness! Witness, we know this. Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the scene of the crime? The blood was wiped away. However, a luminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. What the hell do you mean by that? I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime. And please, try to be more specific. Damn it, I thought we got him there. Alright, fine. Let's do it. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The blood stain and fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? Wait. Hold on. How the hell do you know that? See? I had nothing to do with it. What the hell do you mean by that? The witness's explanation appears valid, although there is room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. Agreed. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Yeah, like how the hell does he know that the murderer used gloves? Has me a chance to prove it. It's the fraud of a cowboy. Press everything. That's because did you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never removed from the locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Marshall's fingerprints, found on a bloody handprint on Marshall's own locker. The print had been right. Evidence updated. Okay. So then, what about the bloody handprints? Wasn't mine. It's no mystery. Please explain. My locker's covered in my fingerprints. So happened. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. Yeah, big fat chance, man. The chances that it happened are millions of one. On the contrary, one could just argue the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1 in a million. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. Wanna know why? Blood stain are completely unrelated. Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. What's got to do with breakfast, but the other is a type of murder. He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. I don't either. Yeah, how do you know this? How do you know that? I may be alone, but I still do my job. I keep up with the reports. There was a blood stain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. Yeah, that's right. So that would mean a murderer by wearing gloves happened to place her hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprints. That's the only logical conclusion. I was trying to get the picture. Picture? The seal of blood. The desert's just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality. That's this. The security tape? As long as my trail isn't there, you're gonna say otherwise. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh, my friend, you just trapped yourself. I have the evidence. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Actually, he just proved his guilt. Yes, Your Honor. I actually know what I'm going to do. We gotta present the freaking video. Your Honor, oh, no, I screwed up a little bit. Hold on, I know we have to present the evidence, the video. What do you mean by that? You wanted to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, Clark? So, this video is the only way to do so. I skipped it. That video is actually useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? At least you can't see. Like, hiding behind the freaking blue badger. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. Yeah, they can easily be crawling. Someone who's familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present. Please do so now. Oh, not gladly. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Oh, trust me, I'm not. Do 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 do. Yeah, as you can see there, that locker does not have. Hold on. As you can see here, nothing. This locker's closed. Okay. Nothing. Hey, look at that. There's something there now. There. How's that for evidence? Please allow me to apologize for my colleague, Your Honor. He gets carried away sometimes. Yes, well, there certainly isn't a first. You forgive him too, Officer Marshall. He's not a bad man. He's just a bit. He's illusion. Of course. I'm not one to gun it down unarmed boys. Oh, great. Now Edgeworth is defending me. Oh. What? Huh? Oh, I could have missed it. Oh, hold on. Okay. Alright, hold on. I didn't click on the right evidence. Hold on. Hey, I did this whole freaking song and dance. Are you kidding me? Now we can present this. Bringing our attention back to the security camera. It's a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Do you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfectly 8 numbers! Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. Key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. Your locker, to be specific. That locker with the Wright Prosecutors. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Freaking blue badgers literally everywhere! Oh my god! Whoa, wake up! It's on! What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? Refreshing. That water's empty. When the time took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order! Order! Well, soon that's the only. Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my lock was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? Well, this guy just isn't just plain dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who could open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I'll call your bluff. See, I opened that locker and approve it. Fingerprint sensor. Yep. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Oh, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force who don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? He's eating jerky. I only got one word for you, partner. No! Order! 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 Witness, explain yourself! This is a joke. It's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. All right, please answer the question. Is he now a bullfighter? I'll do that. Okay, good night. I guess he is. Yeah, I don't know. That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. There was no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right, the only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? He's got to be here. He opened Goodman's locker. Officer Marshall was standing right here. There, but that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous! Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he knew for sure. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When he entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? Sir, tell him to pick on me! Something about the officer's story puzzled me. The man had his ID card. Why didn't he just show it? Yes, he wouldn't have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. My goodness. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as a victim. I can't say I particularly care for your cooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beer, but you don't see me complaining still. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt? Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim. Well, oh my kid, I don't have anything like that. I could see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who did take the desert heat. Ah, this can't be happening. It's so obvious it's the one. What can I do? What do you mean? Huh? It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? Yeah, that's actually not bad. That's not actually bad. For me, that would be what Mira used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside the box. Shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marco was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was open in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. And after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. Yeah, but why? The fact that a white cloth was sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all of our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence. This video is my only shot. Very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. At the moment of the crime, the witness opened the locker and put the white cloth away. This shows why the witness had to open the locker. Okay. Here comes Meekins. Wait. Hold on. His shoulder's bloody. That's a lot of blood. That's a lot of blood. For some reason, he disguised himself as good as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end. Yes, yes. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat? You couldn't just walk out like that. So you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. Oh, was that it? Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, you were only half as persistent then as you are today. We all wouldn't have to be here now, would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. All right. Seems the time has come. Marshall's confession, witness testimony. All right, let's hear it. I had to do it that day. Couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I know which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. So the supposed victim was really you. There's only one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. Meekins! My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. No, really, that was a ton of blood. It must have been also his shoulder. All right, fine. Press everything, I guess. When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? I figured it was this. The Cell 9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do about it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective could look through at the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time, for old time's sake, you know? No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. Yours? Why yours? Well, Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why did he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why I... Okay. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Detective Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence. Wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card? Stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprints. Activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that lock yourself. But you could because the rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins. Certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person. Taking a detective for an intruder and demanding to show his ID. I'll have to figure a little more about his raise this year. Oh man, when did Edgeworth get so much influence? You know, that's a very good question. When did he? Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. Me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? The one I used to trim my beard? I don't know what to say. So he knocked Officer Meekins out and managed to escape. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape was erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing there in that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is on that day, there wasn't a murder in the evidence room. The blood found at the scene clearly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me. I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. Yeah, because we have it. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? By the way, partner, free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. This is a heinous crime. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. You most likely will lose your job. That salary cuts are ever to valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one's mine. I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. A witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You want to know why? Why? That case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something still that bothers me. Something went down on that trial. Something no one will ever talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd run up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. Better take another look at those files. And I know why. You did what you did. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file right here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. Oh. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you perhaps related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah. I'm sure you heard that name. 2 years ago. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. Oh shit! What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands. What's his relation to you? It was my brother. Oh shit, I was right. He was investigating the murders of Damon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police. And there he is, before them. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. There he is, Joe Dark. My brother thought Darky was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. This was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed, at least according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in fight. And that's it? That's the reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, now there's one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be opened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. Yes, which means we looped right back around to where we fucking started again! The things that happen may by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder in the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going to be going on at the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than just that. This is coincidence, not chance. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murderer in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime. And we're right back to where we friggin' started. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. Oh wait, a verdict hasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there is only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. Seems to me, this boy's got the draw on you, partner. Oh, shut up, cowboy. All the mysteries of the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place in the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye, and the testimony of one Miss Angel Star is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make a single word or less. A single word? Ah! Damn it! I rest my case. No! It seems the trial has reached its conclusion. There is no room for doubt. No. It can't end. There's still some evidence we haven't checked yet. Well done, Mr. Edgeworth. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time. Oh, sorry. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time. Disproving the alleged murder at the police department. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera safe really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Damn it. Now then, the time for this verdict has arrived. This court finds its defendant, Miss Lana Skye. Yeah, son of a gun! Not again! Emma! Your Honor, wait! Emma! The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright? Are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor? Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor. All I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. Thank goodness! You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Hell yeah! What a man! I I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident refers to the Joe Dark killings. Now that she mentions it, the names of both Skye sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day? So he knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were ever found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So, I ran over there and looked at it again. Wait, did you find something? Um, oh, huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of an scientific investigator after all. Well, I mean, thanks for trying again, but, um, is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh, shit! Time's up! Now then, Mr. Wright, with regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? Does any reasonable doubt remain? Oh my god. Damn it. I don't know. It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Yes, of course I am. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Right? I'm sorry I can't be of more use. That's fine, Emma. Thank you. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, then it will be. Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If ever I needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint in Detective Goodman's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Hold on. So that doesn't feel right. Hold on. Let me look back at the tape. Okay, well you can't see the locker though. Mm, I think there is a problem, but I don't know what it is. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. I'm literally grasping at straws here. The only thing that seems clear is that you're grasping, Mr. Wright. Oh, trust me, I'm aware. You've been starting very pretty intelligent those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Uh-huh. Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mirror. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. The question is, which item could prove something is missing from the floor plans? Um, I'm gonna look at this again. This is weird. What? Who showed up 20 minutes before Edgeworth? It still baffles me, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. Oh, wait, hold on. The blue badger, of course. He wasn't there. He's not on the floor plan. What about that piece of plywood? The blue badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Miss Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The blue badger is not there. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? What? That's right. So long as the blue badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. I didn't even realize that. Holy shit! What? Oh my god! That means, just what exactly does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces are undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, speaking for you scientifically. Oh, hey, welcome back. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After you put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in? One moment, I will not be allowed to far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in a police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once but twice. Oh. Wow! A time was captured on this tape taken by the security camera, which saw Officer Meekins cut his hand, and also Detective Goodman's jacket. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. Oh yeah, wait, didn't the blood sample say that there were two blood samples? Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on the tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. What? That's a bold claim. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. Think about it logically, though. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found in the locker. Spend this murder you perpetrated. What is that word? I don't know what that word means. Really happened. When did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves it when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? Well, I think I know. To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Sir Meekins being brought up by Jake Marshall, who was posted at Eccentric Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room. That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well. Now tell us, when did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented. I actually know exactly what that is. I know exactly what evidence proves that this murder happened at this time instead. Take this! If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh, we keep bringing that 1099. The ID card record. That's right. There's one time slot we don't know anything about. 4:20 p.m. Mr. Meek has brought the blue batch of handle into the evidence room at, let's see here, 5 or 50 p.m. Crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40. Ah! Ah! Miles Edgeworth! Just what have you done? I never would have figured. You had the nerve, boy. Drop the oct witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure it out. It couldn't have been me. Yep, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. Yeah, jeez. But there was really dry. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to carry the murder victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at that chart again. Yeah, who is 777? 777. There's only one other card remaining. It's 777 7777. Talk about it like a number. Well, wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman enter the evidence room? Since there's no record of his car being used beforehand, he must have entered alongside the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. It went in with 777 7777. Jeez, that's annoying to say. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. I know whose ID number is 77777. That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I am unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 777 7777 belongs to someone of a rank of captain or higher. Well, that could be Gant. That's not good. Someone who is called a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous. Just how? I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. Oh, sorry. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? Your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate if you could keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked her up her number, and it's not 777 7777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Oh. That's what he wants to know? Do you need the witness to repeat the question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least I did. What? Lana? I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't! Oh my god. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. What? Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. Holy shit, she's literally confessing that she forged evidence during that crime. I mean, for that trial. What the hell? See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Order! 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 Forwards! Lana's remarks caused such a stir that chaos in the courtroom cannot be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. What the just happened? What the fuck just happened? Oh my god. We are so fucked. See you guys next time. Bye.